Hello everyone, my name's Brownie and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Black Ops 4 beta and my thoughts and feelings on the game so far. Overall, I don't really like the game, to be honest. I've only managed to reach level 14. I just found that I didn't really want to play the game. Usually for a new game like Call of Duty I get really excited and I just want to play it. For this I just couldn't really find myself to do it, and I was getting quite bored quite quickly. I could only manage to string together a few games. I've not really recorded much gameplay on it. That's why the one in the background was from the beginning of the beta, where I was only level 3. But I have managed to get to level 14 and try a few things out in the game, and I've noticed that I don't really like it, to be honest. And following on, here's why. It is quite repetitive. In all games like Modern Warfare 2, nearly every game was different because there was loads of different ways that the map catered to different playstyles. Within the same map you could have someone sniping down long sight lines and people rushing to try and get up close. Whereas in this it just seems like you're constantly running around and trying to find people down the ant farm like map.
Drop an assault pack.
It's just all close-up combat with no variation. Following on from this, going to the map design, I prefer the maps on the older Call of Duty, such as games like Modern Warfare 2, where you had maps that were a lot bigger, like Derail and Wasteland, where you could use snipers effectively. Then you had like medium range maps, like Rundown, where you could use assault rifles, and you had like maps with different variations, like Favela, that had loads of different types of sight lines. But whereas in this game, it just seems to be all close quarters. It just seems to be a test to whoever's got the quickest reaction at the time in a situation. And then people just slide out that way or jump out that way, which it just takes some fun out of that game, really, because it's like unrealistic movements and ways to dodge bullets. The maps don't really appeal to all play styles. I've tried to use different guns on the maps and to try and test out if you can actually use anything else other than SMG, because I don't really think you can, to be honest. I tried and I still did quite well in some games and managed to get a few kills and managed to pick up the objectives, but it's just not as viable really to do that when you could just run around with an SMG with a high capacity magazine. Moving on from this especially, for me it just seems to really make the game random and chaotic when there's like explosions going off from random things. It's just hard to tell what's happening really sometimes. I understand that some people might like it because I've not really played any of the recent Call of Duties with the advanced movement where specialists were first introduced. I think that might be why I don't really get on with the way that that's done, to be honest. Other than that, I feel like the creator class system is fairly decent, to be honest. I'm a big fan of the Pick 10 system, but I think it just ruins it with the specialists. I did prefer the older games where it was a bit more bare bones and you had to just kill streaks to get good rewards. And I just preferred it when it was just your primary weapon, secondary weapon, equipment, special grenades, perk 1, 2 and 3. I did really like death streaks and things like that obviously, but it just seemed a lot better when it was just that way. It's just a little bit overcomplicated now. I know that it like makes customization better, but I just feel like it were better when it were a bit more toned down. It's just a bit overcomplicated now. They're trying to like for me. On a positive note, I do like the guns and the way that they feel. They do feel quite good to use. Very smooth.
Task UAV above my location.
The animations on them are good, and I like how each attachment looks different on each gun to add a bit of variation to it. It's not just like the exact same looking attachment on every single type of weapon that you use. However, with the maps not catering to different type of playstyles and weaponry, I feel like it is a little bit boring just being able to run around with SMGs all the time, and it just makes all the other weapons not viable, which I really want to try out, to be honest. I do like to use all the different guns. Moving on from the guns to the health system, I feel like it is quite hard to get double kills, which I think takes a lot of the skill and fun out of the game. I found in the beta so far that when I come across 2 people in one situation, I can usually get the first kill and then don't have enough bullets left in the magazine because the time to kill is too slow, or the other players just managed to kill me even though I've landed a decent amount of bullets on them and took quite a lot of health off the second person. I just feel like it's a bit too slow because it just gives people too much chance. Like you could be well positioned. I feel like when you've got the element of surprise in a situation and you can try and take on 2 enemies like face to face, I feel like it's a bit unfair that you can't get both kills in a quick amount of time to capitalise on it, whereas they have more chance to counter it and get a kill on you just because the time to kill is slow. I know some people prefer it this way, to have
First
better
come, first
gunfights one-on-one, but when you're coming across two enemies, I feel like most of the time you're going to die, even though it might not even be your fault. They might not even get any bullets on you until you've got the first kill. But because it'll take that long to then lock onto the second player and then start putting shots on them, by the time you've done that, they're more likely getting shots on you. Also, with the new healing mechanic, I think it's quite overpowered really with how fast you can heal. You could damage an enemy and then chase them down if they run off to try and finish off the kill. Then they could have healed to full health within a few seconds, and then it's like a new fight. But then they've got the upper hand because they're waiting for you. I feel like the new health system is a bit overpowered because of how fast you can actually heal. For example, you can be shooting an enemy, do a lot of damage to them, and then they can run away, heal really fast. And by the time you can get round to finishing them off, they're fully healed, putting you back at a disadvantage, even though you should really have more of the upper hand after dealing damage first. With the map being so tight, it feels really easy for the enemies to get away from gunfights, rather than having to stay in them. It's not even though they can just jump into cover and be pinned down in that position, and they have to fight you face to face again. They can literally run off. It's just that easy to. Especially with you being able to jump about 5 feet in the air and climb over every single thing in the map, it seems, as well as being able to like knee slide and shit like that. Also, I want to talk about the movement in the game. I don't like the fact that you can knee slide and jump as high as you can. It just feels like everyone's running around slide tackling each other and
Ready to
jumping
drop
at them in the air. I just feel like it's a bit over the top. It feels like they kept too much of the advanced movement, which no one was really a fan of. I'd rather it be back to the way where you could only jump a normal height.
Can't place assault packs down.
There wasn't
Come
really
get
any way
it.
that you could slide around or anything like that. If they wouldn't have had anything into the game, I preferred the Black Ops 1 version of advanced movement, where it was just a dolphin dive and you couldn't really use your weapons, and it was a bit uncontrollable, but it had its uses in times. It was just too easy to slide around, dodging bullets and firing shots at enemies from like a sliding position. With the jumping, it seems a bit ridiculous, like a mantle, like just about anything on the maps. Next thing is immersion. I don't really feel immersed in the game, as it just feels a bit out of context. With there being no campaign, it feels a bit like I don't really know what's happening and why you have to fight each other. Whereas in previous games, with a campaign, the multiplayer sort of follows on from that. You're fighting against other people for a reason, you know why it's taking place. I know this may not bother everyone, but I feel like it's a bit confusing as to what the war's actually about and what locations you're fighting in and why. Whereas in games, for example, like World War II, you obviously have the Allies and the Axis forces fighting against each other. You know why, but in this, I don't even know what the teams are, where they're from, and what their reason for fighting is. Can I see myself playing this game long term? To be honest, I can't really. I don't even think I'd last a few months. I'm not going to write it off too soon though, because I've not played the blackout mode yet. I think that's the do or die game mode of the game. I don't think it'll last too long for multiplayer. I think that's going to die a quick death. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the blackout mode will be like and Call of Duty's take on the Battle Royale scene. Because I do really like Battle Royale games. I do play a lot of PUBG, and you'll notice that here on the channel. If you are interested in that, please check out some of my PUBG videos. But yeah, as for the beta, I don't really like it, to be honest. I'll probably give it a try on weekend 2 just to make sure if there's any changes to it that might make it a bit more enjoyable. Because after all, it is a beta, and feedback is crucial for them to try and change things ready for the full release of the game. I feel like some of the things that I don't like in it are the things that can't really be fixed, and the game's just built on that, like map design and guns. They couldn't really change any of that now because it is a bit too late. And I imagine that if they had maps that were a lot different to the maps that they have currently in the beta, that they would have already been in the game to show that they have got a variation of maps, sight lines, and ways to cater to different play styles. So I feel like the rest of the maps that we've not seen yet are going to be similar to the ones that already played. And to be honest, all the maps do feel quite similar to each other. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to give it a try again on the second weekend, see what it's like then. Probably not like it, to be honest, because, like as I say, most of the things that I don't like probably aren't going to get changed. But yeah, I'll wait for the blackout beta to come out, give that a try, show you guys what I like about it and what I don't like about it, and if I do like it, I'll probably consider buying the full game. As of now, I feel like I don't want to buy the full game, which is quite disappointing really, because I'm a big fan of Call of Duty, but in recent years I feel like I just don't really want to play it. Even when we went back to his roots with World War II, I say back to his roots with quotations, but air quotes, but yeah, I feel like that were a big letdown, and I feel like it's going to be a letdown again another year. To be honest, I'm starting to be done with the Call of Duty franchise. I can't wait to see what Infinity War has got in store for us for next year's Call of Duty. Before this year's Call of Duty is out yet, I feel like it's quite bad that I'm already looking forward to next year to see what I'm sure, rather than looking forward to the game that's about to be released in a few months' time. But yeah, if you agree or disagree with any of my points, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to have a discussion about it and try and figure out what people do like and don't like about the current state of the game. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and please subscribe for more content for the Black Ops 4 in the future.
Task UAV asset.
That's if Blackout mode's any good and I actually want to buy it.
AO pacified. Government forces take the